today's topic is being a single mom or a single dad. Let's get into the video. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, single mom or single dad. What is the pros of being a single mom and a single dad? And the cons of being a single mom and a single dad. Let me tell you what it is. What it is, y'all. Alright, so I'm gonna stop being silly. So, what I would say the pros of being a single mom and dad is the love that your child gives you. That would definitely be on my top. That would be my number one. Okay. And you know why? Because as a single mom myself, that love is so unconditional, so beautiful. Like, God only knows He created, the right kid for you. Like, I just think He just created my daughter just strictly for me. Honestly, I have never seen a child like her before, literally. And I appreciate it. You know what I mean? The love sometimes be overwhelming. Like, you love me that much, sis. Oh, come give your mama a hug. For real, though. All seriousness, though, like the love your kids project on you is awesome. And you can be having the worst day of the universe to you. And your child comes to you and be like, Mom, I just love you. And just give you a hug and a kiss. It warms your heart. Because they didn't know that you were having a bad day. They didn't know that, you were going through something before you got home. But they just decided to give you a hug or a kiss, and say they love you. That's just like the most beautiful thing that can ever happen to any individual. If you never felt that, I'm not going to recommend you to go just try and feel that. But if you're like, married and feel like you're ready to experience being a parent, then I say go for it. Other than that, I just don't want to see another single mom like me in a struggling state, because that's the con of it. But we're not going to get into the con yet. We're just going to continue with the pros. The pros of being a single mom or dad. The number one is the love the child brings to your life, the energy they bring to your life, the drive they push you to. Like, your child can push you to a place where you do amazing things and didn't know you had that inside of you, but because you seen that someone needed you, it pushed you even further. And it made you grow up a little faster, but it was well worth it. You feel what I'm saying? It's like this feeling like I have to do my best because my child is looking at me. Someone is looking at me. Somebody is admiring the freaking ground I walk on. So I don't want to disappoint this child by not doing my best and being my best in life. You feel what I'm saying? So it pushes you and drives you being a single parent. That is rewarding because you see who you are in the midst. That's a word. Jesus. So, I'm just being silly. So yeah, with being a single parent, not only does it push you to be the best you, but you get to be a teacher, and you get to teach that child stuff that you wish you were taught back when you were young. And it pushes you to inquire more knowledge, to spit more knowledge, if that makes sense. So you're getting leveled up, and then you're leveling your child up with knowledge so that they can succeed in life. And I think that is very rewarding, because when you see the outcome of your child and how they succeed in life, that is a proud moment. I'm telling you, like, it is so rewarding to have a child. You can have someone there, like, you don't want to be lonely, you have a lonely moment, you could be like, come on baby, let's go out to eat, let's do something, you know what I'm saying? Take your child with you, take them out to eat, you know. It's plenty of times, y'all, and I'm telling you, it's plenty of times I went out to eat and I really didn't have the money, but I just wanted to get out the house or whatever. And so I had went to like a restaurant or whatever, and somebody in a restaurant would pay for our food just because of her. Because how well mannered people look at your kids, how well mannered they are, how, you know, they interact, whatever the case it may be. Um, they view it, and I was like, okay, I'll just pay for your meal, get whatever you want on the menu, blah 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 blah. God bless you. You feel me? Like, it's people out here that looks at how you interact with your child and admires your relationship with your child and would do something for you to let you know. It was this one time I was on the bus, y'all, and I was just wondering, like, am I a good mom? Like, I don't know why I went to that state of mind, but I was in that state of mind, like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm doing my very best. You know, I'm just trying. You know, I just had a meltdown on the bus, but it didn't show on my face or anything like that. I just was thinking it at the moment. Next thing I know, this lady, she came next to me and she was like, "You're a good mom." I was like, huh? Say that one more again, because I didn't hear it. And she was like, "You're a good mom. Stop stressing. You're a good mom." And she went back and sat down, right? And so I'm looking at her the whole time. I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stare at the lady. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, you know, but it blew me, because I was just literally thinking, like, I'm not a good mom, man. I just do everything wrong. Look at my life. It's just so horrible. Like, I was just in one of those bumps. And we have those. If you be honest, if you're a single individual and you're a single parent, you have a bump day. We're gonna get into that in the pros, but I mean in the cons. But you know, she just told me that, and it just made me feel so beautiful. Like, thought I was pretty. I thought the world was pretty. I thought my child was pretty. Even though I know these things are pretty, it was just like it instantly changed my whole thought process that I had before. Because I really was thinking, like, I'm just this horrible mom. And her just saying that at the moment that I needed to hear that was like the ultimate thing ever. And so, yeah. So that's a pro when dealing with, you know, having children. You get a lot of assistance if you ever fall. So, like, the government will assist you with things that you need. If you ever have an issue, like if you're end up homeless, they have children and family homeless shelters. They don't have, you wouldn't be with, you know, those single homeless people. That's another con. You single homeless people, it's just like their place is so horrible. I have never met a place that looks good for single individuals who are homeless. So please, you guys, don't ever get homeless. You know what I mean? But because I volunteer all the time, so I see these things. I'm like, oh, my heart breaks for those people, especially the women. You know what I mean? Who are really trying to get their life together. You know, stuff sort of happen. And just like the single parents um, who had to be in shelters because they tried their best, but their best wasn't good enough. You know what I mean? I feel you. You know, I feel you, and I'm praying for you. You know what I mean? That you get what you need because it's hard. It's very hard. It's a hard job to maintain, especially when you got to think about everything. You have to plan everything. You have to acknowledge in every area, in every step you try to make, you have to acknowledge that child. So it's like really not about you anymore or your thoughts or anything like that. You really have to plan your life around this individual. And it's like, if you're not equipped for this, you will be like me and have a meltdown, but you will have it often. You wouldn't have it in moderation. It's normal to have it in moderation. Like, I had one this month, which I really didn't because it's the first. But say I had one in February, and I have one in March, April, May, June. There's something wrong with that. You're not supposed to have it like literally every month. But if you have it like in moderation, it's like 4 to 5 months, and then you have, you know, a meltdown. That's cool, but to have it all the time, you need counseling. You really need counseling. You need to have your child in counseling because you never know how you affect your child either. So that's another thing. You have to watch what you do and say around your children if you want them to be the best. You know what I mean? If you want them to succeed in life, you have to acknowledge them in every area. Educational wise, spiritual wise, and naturally wise. You have to acknowledge that they're there and give them the best advice that you can possibly give them and guide them in the direction that would better their life. Um, I do recommend all people to teach their kids to be humble. If you don't teach them anything else, you know what I mean, manners and all of that, I wish you would do that. You know, I wish you would. But if you don't, just humility, like being patient, you have to teach that, and you have to be the example that you say you are. Don't be the type of parent that like say, um, don't do this, don't do that, but you're doing the same thing that you're telling them not to do. So how do you expect them to follow what you say if you're not being an example? So that's a kind. You have to always be an example. And sometimes you don't want to be. You want to just be you. Because again, you're still your own individual. Your child has his own identity as well. And so you have to, within compromising your identity sometimes to make sure that this person is good, it's kind of like a battle within yourself. And so you would clash with yourself because you're trying to do, you know, you try to do too much, you know what I'm saying? Or you feel like you're not being yourself or you can't be yourself. That's why they have girls' night out and boys' night out. It's because that's when you can lay your hair down, you know what I mean? Without any kids and sometimes without the other spouse or companion, you know what I mean? So, alright, so let's talk about, you know, being in a relationship and single. How do you battle? It's like the kinds of battle. The kinds of being in a relationship is being in a battle with yourself and with the other person. And I say that because you tend to want to be back single when you get in a relationship, because that person has a different identity. The things that they do, you don't do. It can be annoying at times. Um, just basically annoying what they do, how they live. You know what I'm saying? One person can be the cleanest person in America, the other person can be the junkiest one in America, and y'all have to like really figure out how in the world y'all was gonna make that work if y'all was to get married or be together. How would that like work if the other person is just who they are and you don't want them to like change their being because they're with you, but you also want them to consider that you are who you are as well. So it's a lot of compromising on both ends, and being in a relationship is just hard as it is. Um, you know, Especially if you're going through the get to know process and you really like this person and you see this person really don't have the traits that you have. So it's kind of disappointing to even date, because like they might not have the traits that you need. And so you got to keep starting over. And that's why they say single in a relationship is single. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a relationship and you're single, you're still considered single because you're still getting to know each other, and you haven't got to the level where you say, okay, I know her enough to marry her because she do this, she do that. Not advise you, but those are the challenges that you face when you're single and in a relationship. You have to always consider the other person. Whatever. I'm gonna go to bed now because I am exhausted, and I think I've talked your ear off enough. My eyes cannot stay open. I am exhausted. When I say that, that is not an understatement. I will be back tomorrow um, with another video. Peace.